Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I am here this evening to give you a presentation on the communication theory. Ladies and gentlemen, it was only in the 20th century that communication became an organised field. Many academics and scholars such as Franz Boas, Sigmund Freud, Fritz Heider, Wilhelm Wundt, and indeed Emile Durkheim, to name but just a few, have over many decades studied and created disciplines out of the study of us humans. Also included in these scholars are theorists. Now, their presence in the field of communication has been absolutely essential, as you will see. Many academics and theorists consider, indeed, that the field of communication and our theory is a very fragmented field, owing to the fact that there are so many disciplines and sub-disciplines contained therein. Now, many of these scholars and academics who have studied very specific disciplines pertaining to us as humans, which I will now mention, such as, take the word sociology, the study of human behaviour; philosophy, the study of our reality, our knowledge and existence; anthropology, the study of past and present; the study of psychology, the scientific study of our mental behaviour and functions; and finally, the study of psychoanalysis, which is a set of psychological and psychotherapeutic therapies and our associated therapies used to deal with people with anxiety, depression, mental disorders and or behavioural problems. And this particular discipline was founded by Sigmund Freud. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, these scholars and academics have gone into us as humans in in-depth form, from our surroundings to our behaviour, how we act, react and behave. They have done so, as I said, in absolute in-depth analysis. And in doing so, they have also hugely contributed to the communication theory. Now, Robert T. Craig also, in fact, is responsible for creating what's known as the 7 traditions, which particularly pertain to the communication theory, but are also very relevant to us as humans. The first one is known as the socio-psychological tradition. That is interpersonal interaction and influence. The second one is known as the cybernetic tradition, which deals with the field of artificial intelligence. The third one is known as the rhetorical tradition, which deals with communication as an artful public address, or indeed public speaking in all its forms. The fourth one, the semiotic tradition, which deals with communication as a process of sharing through signs. The fifth one, known as the socio-cultural tradition, which indeed is the creation and enactment of social reality. The sixth one is known as, indeed, the critical condition. Now, this particular one is interesting, because this comes from the Frankfurt School and the German scholars who studied and critiqued the works of Karl Marx. And in a few words, it's the communication to challenge unjust discourse. And finally, we have the phenomenological tradition, which is basically communication as the experience of self and others through dialogue. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, both these 7 traditions and 5 disciplines have a huge amount in common and are indeed cohesively linked. But I can't leave this presentation without mentioning two very prominent men who have indeed given an awful lot to all of these disciplines, and indeed the world of communication. And that is Aristotle, the Greek philosopher, who studied such things as linguistics, rhetoric, poetry, zoology, aesthetics, to mention but a few. And his teacher Plato, who, it is said, laid the foundation for Western philosophy and science as we know it today. So, ladies and gentlemen, these two men and their teachings and writings and dialogues are more pertinent, or as pertinent today as they were 3 millenniums ago. But I hope I have left you in awe of all these scholars who have taken the time to study us really for our benefit. And I hope I have enacted a curiosity within you at their brilliance, so that you now will want to know more about the communication theory. Thank you so much for your time.